Today's episode of the Read Pile is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
I am the Sussman, Rick Sussman. And I am the angry nerd dad, Jesse Long. And you're blocked for the get-go!
You want to tell me about something?
We're doing a new show?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh!
Let's go back upstairs.
Come on, Jesse, we gotta go back.
Let's
Come
go.
on. You're watching the Read Pile. Yes, ma'am.
Let's go. Yep.
Yeah.
Hop over. Let's go.
Oh, Jesse!
Pick him up. I'm Elle, and Rick, can you tell me what we learned today?
We learned that the angry nerd girl does not appreciate practical jokes, and that she is violent when necessary.
Not violent. Just teach you lessons.
Okay, so now that we've got that ugliness out of the way, happy 1 year, Elle!
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice?
It's nice.
Alright!
Good job.
So, the Read Pile is officially 1 year old, technically next week. This is the 52nd week. So, it's the last week of the year for our show. Next year begins year 2, Electric Boogaloo. So there's no news this week, even though there's tons of news, because we actually have news to give you. We have a couple of things that we need to talk about.
Yes.
Specifically, we need to mention our pick of the year, so to speak. We have a couple of books that we review very regularly. One of which you review and I read, but I've never had a bad thing to say. And I think consistently every time the book has debuted, it has been either my pick of the week or your pick of the week, and sometimes it's been both our picks of the week. And it's only been one book. Go ahead, Elle. I know you're ecstatic.
Batman!
Yes.
Specifically. Scott Snyder.
Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo. I'll never get his name right. He's going to hit me, probably. He didn't. I deserve it. But Snyder and Greg and Scott, that book has been consistently, day in and day out, fantastic. Elle, why don't you tell our viewer at home, probably me, why you like that book so much?
Alright, well, I'm pretty much repeating myself, because I've already said this in a past episode somewhere in the back. I remember saying it. I don't know what it was
Somewhere
about.
towards the back.
Anyway, yeah, somewhere back there. And you don't have to worry about the roller coaster. It's not like you're going to pick up one issue and say, okay, am I going to like this issue? I don't know what's going on. Alright. It's consistently on edge. You are excited with every page. Not with every issue, with every page of every issue. It's absolutely insane. He captures just Batman, who Batman is, all the characters around Batman. He knows how to write them. He understands inside of his mind and how he thinks. And I know some people probably think that sounds silly, but for somebody like me that has loved Batman most of her life, and you've seen so many different versions, this is the version that I am in love with. This is the version that was always supposed to be. And so it's like I've been waiting for it all my life. It's like, okay, yes, I still respect and I love all these other, versions of Batman, and the cartoony versions, and the dead serious, and the awkward and weird, and all these different ones. But this is Batman. This is the real Batman, is how I see it. And there's the other versions.
The true Batman.
Well, it's more of
I know. I'm
real life. Like, this is how he would think. This is how demented his world is, and I love it. I can't get enough of it, and I'm going to be incredibly depressed and just probably burn the show to the ground when he stops writing Batman.
And on that cheery note, since there is no Batman books to
stop.
review,
I'm already sad about GAIL.
GAIL's fine.
She's there, but Batgirl, it's ruined now.
Oh, we do love GAIL. In fact, that's a beautiful segue, as we have a GAIL book to review. Let's go review some books.
Time for comic book reviews. We're going to start Yes, Great Warrior! So, issue 3. Same old, same old. It's still cute. It's not a great adventure, and it's not overly stimulating, but it's adorable in its own way, and it's a little comical. It's a very, very light read, to the point that there are very little things that you have to read. It's very short sentences. I'm sure if I really looked into it, this is probably for kids, but I like it. It's cute, and I don't know. I don't want to be without it on my read pile, because it's kind of like that filler to kind of break things up when I'm going through issues, and I like it. I'm gonna keep it on my read pile. Nothing too extraordinary, but we do learn some new things about the Great Warrior, and it'd be kind of interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna move on. Alright. So, just to inform you, yes, I'm reading some of the Covergence. I was very excited when I heard about this one. Nightwing and Oracle. So, Nightwing and Oracle. That combo has been pretty much a fantasy of mine. Like they should always have been and always should be, and so on and so forth. And when the whole New 52 started and Oracle pretty much disappeared and came back as Batgirl and blah 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 and all this other stuff, things all changed and we had to start over. So the whole idea about them being together, even for this short time, I really like it. I'm really excited. Oh my god, and the fact, who's the writer? GAIL Simone. GAIL Simone knows how to write for these two, especially when they're together. It's absolutely amazing, and I love it. Now, as far as the Covergence story, I'm still trying to get on board with it. Just the idea of it, and it's got me feeling a little unsettled, but I understand this has nothing to do with anything else that's going on. This is in its own world or worlds or however you want to look at it. And I like this version. I like the Nightwing and Oracle version. I like it. I think it's exciting, and the things that are going on are pretty amazing. Oracle, of course, is always 10 steps ahead, and I'm very excited to find out what's gonna happen. So, next up, same concept, Harley Quinn. I am in love with this because it reminds me of City of Sirens.
Gotham City Sirens, thank you.
Okay, it's fine. Sorry, it's been a while since I actually read it. I'm excited because, even though it's not the same writers of Harley right now, they stay with the whole idea of the relationship between Poison Ivy and Harley, but Harley's got her own thing going on, and the three are coming together with everything that's going on with the whole Covergence and blah blah blah, and they just work so well together. Even just no matter who's writing for them, when they're together as a team, they're just a good team together. And it's pretty fantastic because they find out what they're going to have to do for their whole fight and their war, and what they're going to have to do to prepare themselves is pretty ridiculous. And I felt really, really bad. I don't want to tell you for who, because you'll find out. You need to read this one, and you got to find out what's going to happen. It's just so sad. But pick of the week. Duh. Okay, so it's issue 10. I'm still really, really loving the whole new art and everything, and pretty fantastic. Now, here's the thing. We're still dealing with this whole war thing, okay? This whole attack, and we're finally going to discover why is it this all came to be? What was it? And it becomes very simplified as to why and who. And you feel a little sad about it, but you're like, for real? Come on. Really? That's it? Really? We could have dealt with it like 2 issues ago and just summed it up. But in the meantime, during this whole time, we've learned a lot of things about the characters, so it was worth it. It was worth the ride. So it was kind of a silly, fun little slap in the face, like, that's all that was going on. That's it. That's, yeah. But you learn so much, and you learn so much more in this issue. What's going on between everybody's relationships become stronger, and then all of a sudden, last page, a little smack in the face. Oh, yeah. And you know a whole mess of something that's about to happen again. So, thank you so much for just addiction. It's nice. In the meantime, we will see what Rick has to say.
Well, I guess those are some fine reviews for your first week? No. What week is this of our show? It's week 52.
Doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, yes, it does. We're starting a new year. I guess technically it would be the first week of the new year, so this is the 52nd week. Math. Okay, let's do some comic book reviews, something I'm good at. I stuck my big toe, I guess I stuck my pinky toe into the Covergence books, unlike Elle, who went full bore, and I picked up Batman and Robin, Covergence, which is really funny because, like, 2 weeks ago, or was it 3 weeks ago, I reviewed the last Batman and Robin book, and then last week I reviewed, the last Batman and Robin book. So I guess there's actually 2 more, counting this one, so 1 more after this. Should be here-ish. So this was cool. Yeah, I'm sort of with Elle in that I don't know if I'm fully on board with Covergence overarching storyline, but you know what? I'm okay with that. I don't really need to know what's going on. Is it Batman and Robin? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ron Mars who did the writing for this. Let me double check my math. Yes, it sure is. And he's a fabulous writer. I enjoy him very much. It's a comic book. It's a 2-issue miniseries. I was checking out a lot of the different Covergence books at our local comic shop, and my thought on all this is like, okay, so it's a bunch of 2-issue miniseries that I may or may not like, but ultimately they'll probably mean nothing. But do I enjoy reading comics? I do. Do I enjoy reading comics about my favorite characters? I also do. So I'm going to see what else Covergence has to offer. Let's move on. Copperhead! God, I love this book. So everyone's been crowing on the internet lately about strong female characters and strong female leads and things like that. And we have a lot of good ones in that. We review Red Sonja, and when GAIL Simone was on Batgirl, we were reviewing that, and Elle just reviewed Rat Queens, which is pretty much just all strong female leads. But man, Copperhead is so good. Carla, the sheriff, her name's Carla. I know for a fact it is. I don't know why I'm double checking because I'm fidgeting. But she's awesome. She's such an awesome character. She's a mom. She's dealing with the fact that she's the sheriff in what is essentially the Wild West, even though it's the Far Out because it's on some planet somewhere. She has a deputy who's trying to, like, gun for her job and is also, like, kind of a giant dog. It's just such a fun book. And there was like a war that happened that's wrapped up that we're starting to see little hints of something much bigger happening. There's a lot of really good stuff going on in this book, and you really gotta check it out. The first trade just got available. It's another Image book, so this issue just debuted like a week after the trade showed up. So if you want to get on board with Copperhead, it's not gonna take a while. Grab the trade, grab the newest issue, boom, you're done. You catch up with me, and you can start enjoying this book. Okay. Either one of these books could easily be my pick of the week. I really don't know which one to pick. I've been debating it the whole time. Both have been multiple picks of the... Well, one has been a pick of the week. You know what? I'm just going to do this. Okay. Not my pick of the week, but only because it's been my pick of the week so many times. I know that's not really fair, but whatever. We have Saga 27. Oh, what a book. Oh my. We learn about Marco, and we learn about Marco's past. A lot of books revealing a lot of history, but this is what I was talking about. We're really getting into the meat of this book. Like, I was so worried after the big hiatus that when they came back, there was not a lot of action, not a lot of oomph, not a lot of movement of the story. Well, you know what? I was wrong. Issue 26 had plenty of movement, and issue 27, they are going full blast. And, yeah, it's really, really good. Learning about Marco's past, learning about his relationship with his father, understanding who Marco is. He's not just a dad who wants his daughter back. He's a soldier, and more importantly, he's a good man. And sometimes good men do bad things because they have to protect the ones they love. And that's what this part of the story is. Also, we get to learn more about Prince Robot 4, and how Prince Robot isn't really such a bad person. He's just a prince, and he has duties that he has to attend. So maybe this whole time we thought he was the enemy, but it's a saga, right? So it's a really long story, a really interesting, in-depth one. If you're not in on Saga, I don't think ever making it my pick of the week will get you to move to it, but it should. You just gotta check it out. You can usually get issue 1 for $1 at your local shop. Check it out. So, let's get the graphics spun up. There we are. This was my... Actually, I have to go back and double check if it was my pick of the week last month. Now that I think about it, so this might be the first time I've done this. But let's get to it. Descender. Descender number 2 by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. First of all, this book is gorgeous. But you knew that already because I said the Dustin Nguyen theme song that is known throughout Nerd Up Media. Second of all, the book is amazing. The first issue was a lot of setup and a lot of things that didn't really feel like a comic to me. It felt like a bunch of other stories all sort of mishmashed together. But Lemire was just setting the page. He was literally creating the groundwork, the pavement, whatever analogy you want to use. In this issue, we're really getting into the story. We're finding out who this kid, Tim 21, is. Why is he a companion bot? What does that even mean? And you know what? It's beautiful. And each page, it's actually really kind of brilliant. Each page is, page 1 is set in the current. Page 2 is set in the past. Page 3 is set in the far past. Oh no, I'm sorry, I did that backwards. So page 1 is current, page 2 is like 20 minutes ago, page 3 is 10 years ago, page 4, 20 minutes ago, 10 years ago, and then it just catches up with itself, and by the time you get to the end of the book, you're right on top of it. It's really good. It's really well done, and it's going to be a movie. So, I don't know what else you need to know about Descender in order to pick it up, but you really ought to. It is fabulous, and this issue 2 is definitely my pick of the week.
For you, our loyal followers of The Read Pile, we have an awesome offer from Audible.com. Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their awesome service. You can download some really great books like The Hobbit, the unabridged version from Tolkien. You can download Divergent, Lean In, lots of great stuff to check out. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia. Again, that's audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia for your free audiobook.
That's this year for the Read Pile. I know, it sounded kind of lame. But
Well,
continue.
Lame, maybe in our future. Hey, Jesse Long? You dying. You really hit him hard. Okay, first things first.
Trachea.
Jesse needs a new trachea. We have a ton of people that we need to thank. Starting first and foremost, actually, with Mr. Brett Dalton, who retweeted the snail hydra. You remember snail hydra? Yeah, whatever. You might not remember it, but we still get retweets and favorites on that thing to this day. Boom. Big thanks to him for putting us pseudo on the map. We also can't thank Christopher Daniels enough, the Fallen Angel. Thank you, sir. Taking part in our little event, our Bacon Day. I guess you're the Bacon Champ. Hey Jesse, scroll. All right, here you go, buddy. We'll get you Doc. We'll get you a Doc.
I think I can just leave him outside the hospital.
All right, so I guess you can hold that as an honorary title belt. There you go. It's not even the right belt, but that's fine. Why do we just have so many titles just laying around? Anyway.
It kind of looks like bacon.
It does kind of look like bacon. Thank you, Jesse. So Christopher Daniels, we owe him a giant, massive debt of gratitude. If you aren't checking out his tweets and all his fun stuff, please support Christopher Daniels. He's awesome, and he did a big, big favor to us, so we thank him again. We can't not thank GAIL Simone. We've done that pretty much every episode. Scott Snyder for following us and giving us a lot of gravitas, I suppose. All of our followers who I'm not mentioning who have gone out of their way to retweet and promote our show. Karen Gillen, Fred Van Lente, the list literally can go on and on of people who have checked in on us and seen our show and shown an actual air of appreciation. We thank you guys very, very much. I guess the biggest thank you, though, goes to our friends at Nerd Up Media. Our buddies, The Reasons I'm Broke podcast, and the Lazy Gaming Guys, and all the other parts of Nerd Up Media is technically me or you. So, but we...
I would like to thank myself.
You're welcome.
Also, Jesse, the soon-to-be late Jesse Long, for providing us with all of these fabulous graphics that you see throughout the show. Though Jesse's not on our show regularly anymore, and perhaps never again as he continues to bleed on my carpet. Stop bleeding on my carpet, Jesse. Bleed somewhere safer. He did create the logos that you see, and the music that you hear is actually original. The beat that you hear playing throughout every episode was created by Jesse Long when he had 5 minutes to himself, which he rarely gets because I believe he's some sort of coal miner. I really don't know what he does for a living, but perhaps we'll see him someday. For the angry nerd girl Elle, I am, of course, the sus man, Rick Sussman. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Hey, Elle.
Yeah.
What did professional wrestler Ryback's pull list say when he went to pick up his books?
I don't know.
Read me more! Read me more! That's the joke. Jesse, let's go.